Let go, be free, be you, I'll be you. Let go, be free, be you, I'll be you. Let go, be free, be you, I'll be me. Let go, be free, be you. Welcome to Alchemy Radio with your host, Cindy Carter.
Happy Earth Day to my many friends across the starship. It's a beautiful spring morning here. Everything is budding with new life. The birds and flowers and animals are all busy coming out of their slumber, like out of their stupor, out of their trance, just like us humans. Spring shows us that life is abundant. The earth lacks nothing, as do the humans. They just don't know it. So we celebrate Earth Day today by going into the understanding of our likeness to Earth, our similar nature, our ties. A little about me: I'm a certified energy facilitator and a teacher, an artist and a spirit consultant. I offer my services to the public in a number of different ways. I have an upcoming energy healing course that I call Holographic Healing. It has a certification as an energy healing facilitator. It's level 1 of 3 levels. This course will come in May and will be held here in the mountains near Asheville, North Carolina. It's a really powerful modality. I say this same line over and over, but it really does tell you it's not Reiki. It's more like Reiki times 1,000. You can visit my website to learn more about that at www.knowingdo.com. So this series of Sunday shows is about you being the alchemist, changing the molecular structure of your being through the vibrational awareness and vibrational alignment. Alignment with an earth is sure a good idea then right now. These shows are not the normal shows. They're for your contemplative time, a time to ponder your choices in life, so you can allow yourself to sit back and relax and not multitask, and allow yourself the self-love to ponder your own alignment with your own earth. So today is Earth Day, a day where people across an earth will celebrate their connection to this place they call Earth. And in a higher dimension, it's called Gaia. And then Tara. And then what else you want to call it? You see, Earth has a multidimensional presence, just like you do. It has had many lives. It holds immortal presence in all its systems and in all its ley lines, just as you do. Your auric field holds ley lines of truth. These lines, these ley lines, there are what create harmony in and around the body, in and around the earth. And then those are lined up with an earth in a certain way, and all of a sudden, you feel harmony, real peace. It's you partnering with Gaia. No wonder we as humans are drawn to the earth, drawn to the beauty and the vibrancy of the earth. Our souls understand it. We mirror it. We go to nature to regroup, to recalibrate, to change our environment back to a peaceful vibration for our body and our mind. It's what we remember. I guess that's why vacations were invented, so the little ants could take a break from the industrialized hive mind time clock. A downtime for resting and alignment. More often it's in nature. I know a lot of vacations as a child, for me, were all in nature, in the ocean, with the water and the sand, and the dolphins and the stingrays. What were we doing with all the downtime? We were vacating the matrix in nature. When we choose to go in nature to revere the quality of earth, to witness and be a part of the presence of life while it's happening in real time, it's like it's the original virtual reality. To have complete life at every millimeter of existence around you, to every single sense that you have, known or unknown. The ground, the sky, the air, the trees, the flowers, the lichen, the salt water, the mountains, the sea. This multidimensional earth can show us many things depending on, where you are in your multidimensional awareness. It's like the earth shows you what you see based on your awareness level. So then you can ask yourself, which version of earth am I accessing? Did you know there's a version that you can portal hop to that makes magic all around you? Like a multi-dimensional spacesuit that you fly through, and all of a sudden there are 3 stags standing in front of you. Maybe a rainbow comes out of nowhere to brighten your view when it's not raining. Perhaps a vine in the forest starts shaking itself when there's no wind, just as you walk by. When you just had a thought that there might be wee ones close by, little people. The earth shows you what multidimensional level you have accessed in your own being. It's about connection to your inner self, that the earth shows it to you. It shows you your own beauty and your own joy. How unusual. How not usual. But how wondrous this place could be with an open heart and an open mind and a clear vessel. This connection with you and the earth could witness many things. Could witness many dimensions and many aspects of many types of beings and energies. If you're a clear vessel, you'll witness benevolence. And you'll witness malevolence with the same heart. It's not about sequestering your view of life. It's about expanding your view of life. You see, you are multidimensional as a human who has had numerous lives, and because we live in a holographic system, there are different dimensions and different aspects of ourselves. Some we can access and some we never have accessed. These versions of us can hold wisdom of the ages, can hold science from galactics, can hold passion from the cosmos and hold care from the angelics. When you merge into the most benevolent beings that you have ever been, well, it's not always the prettiest sight. Because we've lived all kinds of lives, benevolent and malevolent, the not so nice ones. Because there are some energies within us that have to go. They have to leave the crucible that's known as you. You're the alchemist. You get to decide what is peaceful and benevolent in a body and a mind. If it's the thoughts that you're holding now, then let's choose to let those go. If we are to become benevolent and peaceful inside this body, inside this mind, on this earth at this time, we have to allow and forgive and love the versions of us, even the ugly ones that you know must leave. Forgive them and love them. These are all versions of you, aspects of you that aren't helping, that aren't assisting your movement, your free movement on an earth, or your connection to an earth. So nature is a perfect place to do this expelling, this release, this removal. Well, we are in nature. We are on an earth, even in a building. You can choose to be in nature, in your mind, in your intentions. We can expel and get rid of the things within our bodies, within our minds, as we connect to an earth, etherically. You can do it physically. It helps that way too. But I'm saying in high thought, in high mind, nothing has to be done physically. Physicality can be taken out of the mix. You can do all high alchemy in your mind through intention and focus. When was the last time you sat and focused for 10 minutes on the same thing? Only one thing, without influence of sound, vibration from others in your ears. And even if they were vibrating in your ears, would you be able to focus without the trigger? So these versions of us that you've accessed or not accessed, these versions of us that hold the wisdom of the ages and hold the science of the galactics, they can hold passion from the cosmos and hold the most care from the angelics. When you merge into the most benevolent beings that you've ever been, it can be gorgeous. You can do whatever you like with this. You are the alchemist, and you're partnered with an earth. So you can go through this merge with your multi-dimensions in simultaneous expression. There's also this understanding that we've been going through a reincarnation cycle for all these many lifespans. And the humans now realize that this no longer serves a benevolent humanity. Being sucked into the white light so you can be spit out and repeat the same cellular and emotional miasms that you've held for many lifetimes, or you can choose the golden light of your own being. There is no savior here in the golden light. This is alignment with your highest aspect, your soul partner, you might call it. This highest aspect of you, this soul partner, understands all the versions of you, understands your place on the earth and your alignment with it. We can now, through our own immortal thoughts and activation of our immortal frequencies within us, we can choose for ourselves our own life cycle, our own lifespan for our life existence in our life's peace on a peaceful earth. When the earth decides that it needs balance, it chooses to fly through the fields of cosmic rays that brings it to alignment. It's not smooth sailing at first. It's a very bumpy ride. You're feeling it. I'm feeling it. So we could say, choose alignment. This would be to choose to go with the flow of what an earth has chosen. To choose the higher frequencies, to transform our being, to consciously understand that this path, although it's very uncertain and mysterious, it's truthful. And we can trust in Earth's movement. Why? Why can you trust an Earth's movement when it's so volatile? Because this has all happened before. Because the future version of you told me so. You know, that elder being, that wisdom-filled one that says, hey, calm down. Don't fret. We're alive and well in this body, in this consciousness, on this earth at this time. No matter what occurs in the environment around you, you are okay through all the choices that you make. What you might call good or what you might call bad. So just a few minutes ago, before I sat down here, I was standing on the deck outside with the view of the mountains in the background. And this huge hawk circled in front of the pond, right out there in front of me. And his wingspan was really huge. It really caught my attention. His underbelly was really white and just like snow. So the blue water and the white underbelly just was beautiful to see. And he circled around for a few minutes and then looked at me. And then he decided he would slow down and land in the dead tree in front of me. So here he is coming in really fast, but he has to put on the brakes, you know, those big, huge wings flapping backwards to slow down his descent into the tree. Just as his, big, huge talons came out to land on the limb suddenly broke under his weight, falling into the water below. He was startled, but fully able to recover in midair. No falling, no fear of Earth's gravity. Of course, he's a hawk. He just swooped himself up and did another circle around. He wasn't embarrassed for his stumble, his imperfect landing. He trusts himself and the earth. Even tree limbs that break under your own weight can be trusted. The tree limb is the analogy of the landing place of your decision. Your decision to be able to have your own intention in trust, even if the limb breaks, because your trust in yourself to know your own abilities and your own strengths and your own alignments with the cosmic truths and universal laws and aspects of your multidimensionality. Peace. Connection to peace. Connection to stability. Wouldn't it be a beautiful thing for all the humans to be able to feel the freedom of flight upon this earth? The movement of the grace, the creativity, free to express their flight in any way that feels good to them. As a kid, that reminds me of like pedaling my bike as fast as I could, in the hot Florida sun, and the bike with the banana seat and splashing through a stream, freedom in my hair and freedom in my aura, freedom in my mind. Now, instead of pedaling a bike, I ponder flight. And I feel my body in freedom while I'm plugged into an earth to assist me with my freedom. While I'm thinking of nature or in nature, I allow it to assist me to this freedom feeling. This feeling changes the molecular structures. So it seems like a good idea. Finding air to play with is okay. Being your kid again is okay. We should feel free to float into different octaves and different dimensions, but there is a very important part we humans must remember, and this is part of the technologies of compassion. It's about the balance and the balance of an auric field as it connects and vibrates with an earth. The key ingredient here is the grounding of the energy field. It's one of the most important aspects in these current volatile energies, as we align ourselves with an earth plummeting ourselves through a universe. The grounding for the hawk comes in his trust of his environment. Even if it's uncertain, his trust is in himself. We as humans must ground into the knowing of our truth and trust that the universe, the earth, and its cosmic alignment and your agreement with your soul will allow us all the strength of our knowing that we're grounding, that we are the ground, that we are the strength and we are the stability, that we are the peace. I'm trying to get you to feel peace as we speak. The earth is us. We are the earth. We mirror what an earth is doing. Energetically, this is true. Carbon-based structure moving into a crystalline-based structure. It's time we choose consciously this grounding idea, this ability to fly in all environments unencumbered, just like the hawk. The hawk doesn't listen to, say, a mouse who says, "You can't fly. There's too much disturbance and predators that'll get you. You got to fear what's out there." The hawk may listen to the soul of an eagle to find his alignment. So ask yourself, how high must you reach to find yours? Your alignment with your own truth. Because it is alignment with an earth, a version of you and a version of earth, a mirror. So accepting earth's grace and abundance is what a soul would want as a creative choice. Abundance is a universal right of an earth. There's no lack on this earth of any resource, although mass media tells you otherwise. Some humans and some corporations hold, instead of peace, they hold greed. There may be places on the earth that seem greedy, taking more resource than it's needed, or overflowing in resources in one area but not in another, benefiting only a few. Why is this? Why the imbalance? And is the imbalance wrong? In the eyes of a soul, no imbalance is wrong. There is no wrong. The soul of a being only wants illumination, only wants clarity, the unconscious becoming conscious. So if there is an imbalance on an earth of resources, with an abundance in some place and a scarcity in another, then there is still balance. There's balance that can be attained if you're aware, because there's still wholeness. If people worked together to identify the needs of an earth, the needs of a human on an earth, how quickly balance could be restored to the energy fields of the humans. Then it matches the abundance of the earth, the flow of the earth, in equal harmony. Yeah, this might sound like a pipe dream. It's not a wish list. It's not a bucket list. It's a rewrite of a messed up system of greedy entities on an earth that are now learning their plight. Learning that if you continually take from a system, an organic system will shut down on you. Their choices of non-compassion are now becoming transparent. Transparency is what the light streams of a cosmic source bring to our awareness. Transparency of intention is happening right now, all around you. You see it. The misguided intentions of demise and death are elements that are being removed from the Earth's surface, from the Earth's auric field. The cosmic rays and the humanity's disturbance is bringing it all to the surface now. All the ancestral abuses, the galactic takeovers, the general death and demise of a humanity, within that auric field of the earth, it's expelling these misaligned truths. But you have to understand that this is all purposeful, all in agreement with our humanity's choice to live and not die. A soul's choice of an individual lifespan. To choose immortality. To allow clarity, compassion, and awareness of the atrocities of a version of Earth that now beckons its removal, its purge. This is exactly what our bodies and our minds are doing right now. Changing the field around us to a more comfortable tone, a more comfortable arrangement for the mind and for the heart. This arrangement of the environmental forces are the humanity's making. It's like a collective soul's choice. One song. Can you allow your being to create an environment of upliftment, no matter who that might upset? And can you do that without feeling their anger or feeling their jealousy, perhaps? So this brings up boundaries and the idea that self-love allows boundaries. You can accept all things, but not allow all things into your alchemic makeup, into your auric field. Boundaries of your energy field is about compassion for yourself. The earth holds compassion in its nature, and the fields around the earth are all compassionate to all souls' choices. Can you be compassionate to the choices of all the lives that you have led? Forgiveness of yourself is a beautiful catalyst of life. To be grounding in a body on a grounded earth, transferring the energies of life, affirming life from you to the earth and earth to you. This is the battery and magnetic plasmatic source of freedom, the copper wire of freedom, stability within freedom, truth and trusting yourself and the universe. The tether that allows you peaceful flight is trust. So what does all this mean? It means you're okay. It means the earth is okay. The earth has all of what it needs in all moments, just like your body. Even if the humanity alters its intentions in a negative way towards the earth, it is still abundant. It is still immortal. The core essences of life, those qualities that are also inside the core of you, this peace, this love, this harmony, this freedom, this complete joy, these are elements and seeds of life, mirrored by an earth. Accepting all that you see in not just allowance, but transmutative thought to allow the existence of negative spiraling to uplift the life known as you. So you might say, well, how could I have wanted abuse? Or how could I have wanted to be homeless or be financially strapped? Well, the balance within a being that is living a 12th dimensional consciousness in one human body has balance within it as a whole. We must trust the wholeness of our being. We are assimilating all the lives we've led, all the cellular influences, the etheric transmissions, the beliefs and ideas of all the versions of you, crammed in one body. That's a lot of consciousness. We have to weed through that stuff and find what's mirrored by the earth and accepted in peace. Our souls want peace as a frequency. So does an earth. So all of your beings, all the beings you've been before in other lives, hopefully they all hold your benevolent qualities of kindness and charity and giving, loving, happiness, ecstatic joy. But if not, the traits and tendencies that are shown, say anger or sadness or shame or angst or fear, these are there for your awareness. They're not wrong. They're not there for you to judge. They're illuminating. There's no judgment here. They are given as gifts, gifts of alignment from your higher self. And the choice of alignment once clarity is reached. What a high service. You're gifting yourself. The earth also chooses awareness, illuminating its volatile ideas and arrangements. It often shows itself as earthquakes or sinkholes, hurricanes, tsunamis. But I'm talking about the natural, organic occurring ones, not all the governmental war elements being used now in the form of weather manipulation. You know, I still meet people that cannot wrap their pretty little heads around the fact that planes in the sky rain heavy metals over an organic humanity for intentions of demise. It's all about what version of Earth you are witnessing and what version of you you're witnessing it from. A clear being seeing chemtrails in the sky is not attaching to demise. They're doing high service of transmutative thought. Allow yourself to see the wholeness of life through clear eyes. Could we have been living so much of our life in a trance, in a program that you just didn't see, that no one told you about, until the misalignment showed up, until it showed up to show you what you are not or what you don't want to be, what you don't want to be involved in, or what you don't want to ever feel again or happen in your life. But these misalignments, these stumbles on your branch, also show you that you are life within encoded, enforceable attributes. The earth also holds the tendencies of life. It doesn't fear the branch. It seeks the attributes of passion and joy with wings uplifted. It may be really hard for some of you to even go to these places in your mind with all that's being expelled around you. I mean, yeah, it is hard when, non-humans are telling us how to think or what to eat or, how to give. They give you all the reasons, though, that you should do what they say, even though those things are sure death to your spirit and your body. So what are we to do? Without all this influence, we're here to finally do as an earth. Become crystalline. Start stop the carbon process and let's finally choose to live like an earth, to allow all things, knowing you are already in balance, that you hold balance within your being, even if the fields around you seem imbalanced. To accept the idea that the earth is just like you and you are just like it, a sentient consciousness of ever-flowing life in a gracious, melodic tone that soothes and precedes the idea of you. There are thought forms that precede the idea of you. There are beings that precede the idea of you. This reminds me of Buckminster Fuller. Might call him Bucky. I've enjoyed Bucky's musings of life and his ability to see Earth from such a universal space. I often go hiking in places, and several years ago, I would go to places to hike to open portals. Places that I felt needed to be harmonized or opened. And then I realized I was hiking and connecting in nature in a certain area for several months. I was drawn to that place, and I really liked the way the energy felt, but it still needed change. There was a nature environment there. There was a wholeness there I could feel, even though there was demise all around it. Although there was frequencies of death all around it, mind control of thought forms of humanity in really strong ways. So little did I realize when I was walking in this same location month after month, that this is the same location that Bucky used to walk. He was a teacher at a school here in the mountains near North Carolina, very near me. And here he taught visionaries and dreamers and thinkers to witness an earth and their place on an earth in a connected, respectful way. There's a quote where he said, "We're not going to be able to operate our spaceship Earth successfully, nor for much longer, unless we see it as a whole spaceship and our fate as common. It has to be everybody or nobody." You see, Bucky knew that wholeness is not a misstep. Wholeness is not out of alignment. It's the quality within us that is our stable presence. It is our connection to the earthship, our connection to our truth and how we view our life and our place in it. I talk a lot about alchemy, why we are to be the alchemists. We can't wait for saviors or wait for our environments to become perfect to change the molecules of our being, to change the beliefs, ideas, patterns, epigenetic nature. It's alchemy. And you are the alchemist. You have to choose that your mind and that your heart is the crucible. And that what you put in your mind and your heart is the energy that influences all things of your body. And coming into harmony with your heart and with your mind while being grounded in a body can be the most beautiful part of living on an earth. It would be peace and comfort in a lifespan of many lives if you choose. I offer a session called a Kuan Yin alignment. It's where we work together. You are the healer, and I'm just the facilitator to open the energies. But what we do is we plug your energy fields back into your own master control panel. We need to be grounded to project our light, to be clear and without triggers. So aligning the seven bodies in harmony and alignment with your own truth and with your own choices of healing. can offer you lifetimes of service to yourself. It's an hour-long session, and you can go to my website, to my services page, and request a session by booking your own time. I'm also offering a hands-on learning opportunity called Holographic Healing. This course will be offered May 19th and 20th here in the mountains near Asheville. It can be a time and place for you to reset your life, to allow yourself to find space to change, to allow yourself to learn the modality of healing that can allow yourself to feel grounded and stable on an earth. And you can assist yourself, your family, and your friends after a 2-day class of level 1. So in our thoughts and in our intentions, we can choose upliftment for our earth, and we can choose upliftment for ourselves. When we realize that it's wholeness, it's unpredictable environments, all seeking balance. It's exactly what you're going through. Accept your life as it's presented to you. Compassion for yourself. Compassion for all or for no one. It's your choice. The earth is here to support us all. Crucial times demand compassionate measures. I wish the blessings of a beautiful Earth Day. Have a gorgeous day. Many blessings.